So do you guys remember this video I did back in 2021, which was 5 years ago now? Jeez, where the heck has time gone? This was a video exploring a couple of Windows Flash parodies, which were just basically little Flash games that were made to look like Windows operating systems, and they kind of made fun of Microsoft and Windows, and were just kind of a neat, nostalgic thing to take a look back at. Well, one of those was Windows RG, which is still hosted over here on Newgrounds. This was created by James Webb, who actually commented on my video, which was super awesome to see. And we're revisiting this today because, as it turns out, somebody made an actual Windows operating system based around Windows RG. So this is themed to look just like the Flash parody. It's apparently based off of Windows Me. And yeah, I thought it would be kind of neat to take a look at this today and actually install it on the 98 computer. This was created by another YouTuber named Windestruct, who also has a custom Windows version themed around the Windows FU Flash parody, which is something that we didn't explore in this original video, but is kind of similar to the two Flash parodies that we did take a look at. There's also a README file supplied with the ISO that tells you a little bit about the project, and one of the neat things that's included is the original Flash game. So you can run that and kind of do a real-time comparison between the two and see how faithful of a recreation that this operating system is, which from what I've seen, I mean, it definitely looks really impressive. So let's go ahead and switch over to the Windows 98 PC and check it out. Hello everybody and welcome back to another video. So we are going to get started and pop in this CD I made of the Windows RG ISO image and get this installation underway. So we're going to restart the computer. And it brings us to a startup menu, which has been modified to say Windows RG CD-ROM. So we're going to boot off the CD-ROM. And this is based on Windows Me, if I haven't mentioned that already. I think I did, but if not, yeah, based on Windows Me, terrific choice, of course. So we're going to start Windows setup from CD-ROM. One of the cool things that the developer did that's also on the archive.org page are there's these mock-ups of what a physical copy of this would look like if this was a real Windows version. So there's like an image of a CD and of the box. I just think that's kind of a nice touch. But anyways, here we are at the first part of the setup, I guess. So it tells us to press any key to format the C drive and launch Ghost. So it sounds like this is going to be restoring from a Norton Ghost image. We do have a blank CF card in here, so it did say invalid drive specification there for a second, but it did launch into Semantic Ghost, so we'll click OK. We have to go into local partition from image, and then change to the X drive here, Windows RG CD-ROM, and there's our GHO file, so we'll select that, and we'll hit OK. Local destination drive, yeah, that looks good. And okay, proceed with partition restore, yes. Alright, so we'll just let it do its thing. Oh, I think it froze. It totally froze because the time elapsed thing is not moving. Welp. Okay, well this is new. I went ahead and just did a force restart and I realized, remember before when it said invalid drive specification right after you press any key to continue? It was trying to format. That's because that's what it's doing here, so I let it format the drive. I did already do all of that in gparted before, because I was just setting this up with a blank partition on it. But it looks like DOS was able to format it now, so let's see if maybe that changes anything. Well, wouldn't you believe it that the first video of 2026 already runs into a problem. For some reason, I was not able to get the Norton Ghost image to restore to the 98 PC's CF card. Now I tried yanking that out and putting in a regular old IDE hard drive, and that didn't work either. And I even tried the XP computer that I have hooked up to that setup as well, and couldn't get the image to restore to its hard drive either. Now I tried both the hard disk and partition option, and that didn't work either. It just kept freezing on 7% even after leaving it there for like a half hour. It never got past that. So here we are on the Dell Latitude D610. I got the clone to complete complete successfully on here. So yeah, we're going to continue and see if we can actually boot into the operating system. Now, I did set this up in a virtual machine and was able to get the clone to finish in that as well. So that's going to be our fallback option if we have any other problems getting this to work. The only thing that I think we might encounter problems with are the drivers. I'm not sure if we're going to be able to get like sound working on here. Hopefully we will, but we'll see how things go. We're going to click on continue and hit yes. And now we should be able to boot up perfectly from the hard drive, and check that out. We got a custom boot screen. This definitely looks like the same image from the Flash game. If not, it's a very good recreation of it. So, no animation it looks like, it's just a static image, which is something you can do in Windows 9X based versions of Windows. I used to do this all the time actually. I would go into like Windows 98 virtual machines and change the boot image around. But the only way of doing that with a file would be just setting it to a static image. So it looks like that's what has been done here. So let's hope that it actually boots up, because I have no way of knowing if the system's frozen right now or not. Now, the author of this does say in the README file that Windows Me can, you know, crash and cause problems on different hardware, which, you know, is definitely an understatement, because I have had, like, nothing but issues with this operating system. And there we go! We got a blue screen of death. Oh, this is fantastic. So yeah, we'll just have to do a force power off and I guess try that again and, you know, keep doing the same thing and, you know, expecting different results, because that's definitely not insane at all, right? Okay, well, we did get to a startup menu. The USB keyboard is working, so that's cool. We're just gonna do normal again, and I guess we can try safe mode if this doesn't work, but oh shoot, okay, that actually worked. And it looks like it is identifying all of our hardware. Now, I did take a look at the README file before doing this whole thing, and the author does mention that this was only tested in 86box, VMware, and VirtualBox. And there is a list of specifications for how 86box was configured, so yeah, I don't know if this was ever, like, tested on real hardware, but I guess we're doing that now. So it looks like the USB mouse I have plugged in, which I have plugged into the keyboard, so it's probably not recognizing that USB hub at the moment. This is this Apple keyboard that I always use in these videos. So yeah, we have the keyboard working, and it's trying to find a PCI standard host CPU bridge. We'll just do the automatic option. Okay, it found that. Cool. PCI standard PCI to PCI bridge. Okay, cool. And here's a standard universal PCI to USB host controller. Looks like it found all that. We'll just do the default option for this. Wait a second, did the keyboard? I think the keyboard just stopped. The keyboard stopped working. Or did the system freeze? No. Okay, well that's cool. So the USB keyboard stopped working. So we'll have to just use the trackpad here for a moment and hope that that fixes itself. Generic hard bus controller, cool. It seems to be finding all this stuff. You have to restart your computer. Okay, yeah, we'll go ahead and do that. Oh my gosh, I think we're actually getting to the point where we're loading in. Yeah, we'll set the date as November 2005. That's cool. And there we go! We're on the frickin' desktop finally. So we get a README. The file copying process is done. Please install all the drivers and click on the Finish Installation application on your desktop. This will set the welcome application to be started every time you boot up the system, and it will also remove this text file from the startup directory. So now is the point where we need to install drivers and stuff. I think I am going to change the wallpaper just so that, you know, it doesn't look so washed out here on video. We only have 16 colors working right now, and it looks like we've got, oh, there's like some custom wallpapers in here too, so that's neat. It's honestly been a little while since I've looked at Windows RG, so I am gonna have to look at the Flash application, which I will do once we kind of see if we can get sound working at the very least. So I don't think we need the Windows RG disk anymore, so we'll just take that out and we'll put in our driver disk, and then we'll hop into my computer. Oh shoot, it's not even recognizing the disk drive now. Are you kidding me? Really? I hate when this happens. I've had this happen like a handful of times where it just like the disk drive was working and then it stops recognizing it. It's like, what? Okay, will it recognize a USB drive? I have no idea, but let's find out. Okay, new plan. I have restarted the system and booted off of the Windows RG disk because, you know, it has the option to start up the computer with CD-ROM support. So we've done that. I'm now going to pop that out and put in the original disk because this, I just had the exact same driver copied over to it that's on this CD right here. So we'll do that. Do a directory listing on the X drive. It should pull up everything on here. There we go. So we're going to copy or CD to the del_lat folder. And then I think everything in here are just the like code name, you know, file, whatever you want to call it. So I'm going to have to look and verify which one is the audio driver. It's R99254. So we're going to copy R99254.exe to C:/. One file copied. Okay, perfect. I don't think this is necessarily going to work. I could not find a driver, at least just in my initial search, for Windows Me for this computer because, you know, this thing shipped with Windows XP. However, for some reason on Dell's website, it says that this driver is compatible with Windows XP, Windows Vista, Windows 2000, and Windows 3X, which has to be wrong. I think this is probably going to be like an NT-based only driver that's only going to work on Windows NT-based systems or something like that, but, you know, it's worth a try because what do we have to lose? Yeah, Windows 2000, Windows 3X, Vista, and XP. This being in here really surprises me. I mean, I figured it has to be wrong. All files copied, starting install Shield Wizard, okay. All right. Seems to be looking good so far. We haven't gotten any errors about the operating system, but that could still happen. It's completed. Did that actually work? That seemed way too quick. Like, that seemed like there's no way. Yeah, no playback devices. Of course, you might just have to restart. So we can do that. Let's just let's close out of this and do a reboot. Is this like actually going to reboot, or is this like a joke script or something? Windows was unable to shut down. Please ensure there's no reason this would happen and click OK. No, you're hiding something. Yeah, see, this is like a whole routine from the Flash game. Windows is going to believe you this time, but don't think you'll get off this easily every time. Okay, so now it might actually... There we go. So it is restarting. Thank you, Windows RG. And yeah, now that I saw that low color mode, you know, when we opened up the install Shield Wizard, it was pretty noticeable. If this works, I am going to try the display driver as well. No playback devices. That did, in fact, not work. Wonderful. Well, my friends, I have officially conceded defeat and have decided to switch over to a virtual machine where I was able to get everything set up, all the drivers installed. And yeah, so we're just going to actually do the demonstration portion of this video on here because I spent a while troubleshooting and trying to find different drivers and just wasn't successful. So it does seem like if you want to experience this, it's probably best just to install it in a virtual machine or on 86 box, as the developer did mention. I'm using VMware Workstation here. And so, yeah, we've got the proper display driver, we've got sound working, so now we're going to run this finish installation script on the desktop. And this, I guess, will restart the system, and we're going to just boot from hard disk. I still have the disk in the drive, so that's why we got that menu. I did also load up the Windows RG, like, actual Flash game that was on here, just to kind of skim through it a little bit and get familiar with some of the stuff in there, to be able to compare it to what we have in the operating system. So let's go ahead and log in. So there's our Windows startup sound. Now, okay, look at that. I was wondering if it was going to do this right off the bat. So, yeah, the Flash game immediately comes up with an error that says required DLL, Windows.dll was found, so Windows has deleted it. And then it just makes a string of errors. Look at that. That's pretty cool. And this definitely is a different error. This looks more like the one in the Flash game. So these are not like real error messages, which it looks like the last one was, but that might have been like an actual VBS script, where this is probably something else. All of the custom applications, according to the README, were developed in Visual Basic 2005 Express. Windows could not delete Explorer.exe. The file is in use by Windows. And then I think, like, Okay, there we go. We got that error to go away. And check that out. Welcome to Windows RG, really good edition. Build, oh, that just went by. Windows RG now comes to the Microsoft Word as standard, so you can do, have you noticed the icons on the desktop? You can access your files quicker and easier than ever. You can find out the rest for yourself. Click OK, and you're on your way to an easier life with Windows RG. So yeah, that is, I think, the exact same like welcome application. Cannot find anything. Please reinstall Windows. Okay. So would you like to take a moment to register your copy? Sure. Let's see what happens when you click yes. Cannot locate register.exe. Windows won't bother searching. Okay. Yeah, so we have some icons on the desktop. We have a custom start menu with the same items that you have in the Flash game, but there are icons added now to the side, which is pretty nice. And then, of course, we have the little banner there on the left. So let's just go down the stuff on the desktop. So we'll begin with my computer, and this is actually Windows Explorer, but you can see that the sidebar has been changed with the from here you can break your computer text that is in the game. So yeah, you can go into local disk C and, you know, view all our files there. We got the D drive and control panel. You know, it is just basic Windows Explorer, but my documents should open up a custom script that says, you boring arse, get some documents before you come in here looking. And then it just comes up with an error message, Explorer.exe has performed an illegal operation. Okay, so yeah, that's a custom script. Let's see if Recycle Bin. Okay, Recycle Bin does have these same files in here, but this does look like the real Recycle Bin. This is where stuff you don't want gets shoved. Also, this is where files that Windows has deleted for no reason get sent. Click the button below to empty the Recycle Bin. So yeah, you've got like these, you know, critical looking Windows files and then just an N drive in here. And these are, yeah, these all look like shortcuts. Okay, so these aren't actual like real critical files. So let's see what happens when you click empty. It does get rid of them. Okay, so cool. So those are now gone. So that is kind of cool. Windows Media Player. Okay, so this is a custom program, and it does play the same song that that is in Windows RG. And then there it is, the same media player has performed an illegal operation message. Isn't that a shame, isn't it? And then you close and it gets out of it. And then here is, of course, the original Flash game that you can open up in Flash Player. And, you know, you could have this going like side by side as you go through the system if you wanted to. But yeah, it loads up and, you know, it'll work totally fine. But yeah, I have to say, so far, this is a really faithful recreation. And we haven't even gotten to the start menu yet. So let's go down the list here. We'll begin with Word, which opens up this gigantic Word RG, you know, thing. And then there's Clippy. It looks like you're probably not writing a letter. I like letters. I think you should. Start with a word like milk. And sponge, I like sponges. Now you need some pictures to my brother. Ha ha ha. Oh dear, I think I've made it crash. Paperclip.exe has performed 94,708 illegal operations and will now be shot. Dang, okay. And then you get a Word.exe illegal operation, killed a paperclip, and then it closes. So yeah, that's Word. Windows Update, another custom application. This will, I actually forget what this does. Windows is checking for available updates. This is done with sending all your money to Microsoft, and then it fails to connect. This could be for several reasons. You smell, your house is green, you're trying to be naughty. Okay. And then it says, please try again later, and it closes, and it looks like that, crash the entire system. That might be intentional. Let's see if it, oh, look at that. BSOD is not responding. So I'm guessing, yeah, it was supposed to load like a fake blue screen of death. I also cannot see the mouse cursor. Let's do an Alt-E here and task. There we go. We're back at the desktop. But I cannot see the VM's mouse cursor, so I think I'm just gonna do a force restart. Okay, now I'm curious, so let's see if we go into the Flash game, what happens when you go through Windows Update. Because it looks like it was supposed to load a blue screen of death, but it didn't work. Yep, it is supposed to load a blue screen of death. It says, Windows is broken, please reinstall Windows, press space to continue. And then I assume it will just like reload and get you back to the desktop. So let's try that again and see if we can actually get the BSOD loaded. So we'll get out of all these error messages, and that one you got to click like 40 million times. And then you got the like startup application. So Windows Update, because I do want to see how this looks. If it's like the exact same image or if it's like a, you know, custom thing. Oh, well, system is busy, but that's not the same thing. That's an actual BSOD. And yeah, it just keeps saying not responding, so we'll have to end the task and then Yeah, it looks like, see down there in the taskbar, it's still like loaded up. But yeah, I still cannot see the mouse cursor, and now the keyboard's not working either. So, alright, we're just doing a force restart again. Hello? What is going on? What? Okay, I've never seen this happen before. It froze on the login screen. Okay, that's better. So, let's try to move on. Okay, what does the crash thing do? Let's click on that. Oh, jeez. Okay, so that actually, these are some real error messages. C Windows RG crash.vbs, not enough storage is available to process this command. I wonder if that's supposed to happen? Like, is this how it's going to crash the system? Well, we'll have to check out this VBS script. I'm curious to see what it does. But okay, it just brings up all these error messages, which I'm having trouble. Like I'm assuming, yeah, it just keeps loading more. Microsoft VB script runtime error. Can we just hold down enter to get? Oh my gosh, look at all the. Okay, well, oh yeah, it just comes up with more of them. Oh man, okay. So I think you would probably have to do a force restart to get out of this. I mean, can we load up Task Manager? Oh my God! Look at all these Windows script hosts. Gee, holy! I'm just seeing if like something else happens if we get out of all of these. No, it just keeps loading up more. Okay, what happens if we try to start doing other stuff? Yeah, it's going to give us that there's not enough memory to run the program. So, although Explorer hasn't errored out with anything. Oh my God, look at the taskbar, or the start menu rather. It's nothing's in there anymore. And there's not enough memory to run the media player program. What happens when we try to run the Flash game? Not enough memory, okay. Explorer is the only thing not erroring out. I mean, it is running, but it's just not, like, able to open up, like, my computer. Oh, wait a minute. There we go. We got a window partially opening up. So yeah, it looks like it just overloads the system with, you know, it just has something use up all the memory, and then it just throws all these not enough storage available to process this command error messages. It looks like VMware Tools also is not running or crashed or something. And now, oh, what was that? Now I don't, okay, well, I didn't have control there for a second. My computer is taking a while to load. There's Recycle Bin opening up. Yeah, I think we're just gonna have to do a force restart. So, let's do that. Oh, and VMware isn't gonna be able to process the command, because it goes through VMware Tools, so it does like a proper shutdown. Oh my God, yeah, that's actually not gonna work. I think I'm gonna have to kill the process on my host computer. Yeah, failed to reset the virtual machine, look at that. I am curious, I want to go in and look at this VB script wherever, can we go properties, see Windows RG crash.vbs. So let's go into the Windows folder. It actually, wow, look at that. Windows is a protected folder, please enter the administrator password to continue. It was incorrect, please go away. Look at that. Okay, so is this a shortcut or something? That's pretty cool. That is an executable file. That's not the real Windows folder. So you have to, like, go and just type it in the address bar there. And then in here we should have RG, an RG folder, which is right there. Oh my God. But yeah, very simple script here. It just loops this ram consumer run wscript.script name. Well, continuing on, we have Solitaire, which, yeah, this is like a custom Solitaire application that you just, like, move these cards around. There's an 11 card, and yeah, it just doesn't actually, like, it's not real Solitaire at all. It's just literally dragging these things around. You've won! Would you like to play again? Sure. Oh, and yeah, now they all, like, run away from you, except for that one, which kind of glitched out there. I don't know if that was supposed to happen. So there's that. You've won. Would you like to play again? Sure. And so yeah, oh geez, look at that. Okay. Well, I guess we have part of that 4 just permanently on the taskbar now. Order food. So we'll connect to the online database. Oh, that's right. You have 3 options: prune juice, slice of ham, or chickpeas. Let's go with a slice of ham. Sorry, it's sold out. I think they all say that, right? Yeah, food is sold out. So that's literally all that this does. So we'll go ahead and quit. And it will eventually close there. Go online, opened up, yeah, Internet Explorer E7. And then unable to connect. And you get that same error that we saw in, what was that? The Windows Update program. Or no, but there are 3 different reasons this time. You don't have an ISP, the internet is broken, or you are going to a site. So, no like address bar or anything, it just says connecting down there. IEExplore.exe has performed an illegal operation for no reason, probably because you smell, and then it closes. What else we got? Okay, so Paint is a custom paint program. And then, oh my gosh, that is flashing. I'm gonna have to give a, I'm gonna have to put an epilepsy warning for that section. Jeez. So yeah, it just flashes very, very quickly, and then it will eventually just close out. So there you go. Help. The updated Windows Help service is so simple to use. Enter 1 or more words regarding what you need help on, and Windows RG will be happy to help. Does this do the same thing every single time? Sorry, it did not find any matches. However, it found 3 possible matches. So here's the 3 matches. How do I purchase Lime? Sure, we'll click on View. And then I think it crashes again. It loads that like BSOD routine or whatever. But that just doesn't seem to work. Or I mean, maybe it's not. Maybe this is supposed to be the way that the system actually crashes. And that leaves us with the only other 2 options being reboot and shut down. Now we saw what reboot did on the Dell Latitude, but let's see what shutdown does. Yeah, it definitely is not the proper like shutdown script. Are you sure you want to quit this wonderful operating system? There is a high chance of your processor overheating. We'll say yes. Are you sure? Why now? Instead of shutting down, order some delicious food from our wide range. We'll say yes again. Are you sure you could go on Paint and do some glorious artwork? We'll say yes again for a 3rd time. Are you sure? Surely you love Windows RG more than this. Are you sure? Fine, if you click yes now, Windows RG will shut down. Honest. Something tells me that's not going to happen. Nope, it was unable to shut down. You could have left a program on. Is that what you've done? Is it? And we'll say okay. And this could be due to the buildup of limescale on your processor. And okay, we're still running. It definitely didn't like shut down. Yeah, system is busy. It's doing this whole thing again. So we should eventually be able to get to the task manager, or maybe not. Let's see. Well, I'm trying to press Ctrl-Alt-Delete to restart, and that's not even working. Oh, there we go. Okay. So yeah, I don't think it will actually shut down your system. You have to like force power it off, or just, you know, get to that point and do a restart. And well, I think after all of that, we can finally bring this video to a close. Oh my gosh, this thing has gone on way longer than I initially intended, but hey, hopefully it was entertaining to you guys, seeing all that troubleshooting nonsense trying to get this to work on real hardware. But I'm glad I was able to demonstrate this to you. I think this is a really cool project. I mean, it's kind of a unique concept, right? Taking a Windows Flash parody and transforming it into a real version of Windows that you can install and mess around with, and I really think it stays true to the original with these custom applications. It's very well done, so I definitely recommend checking this out. Again, I'll leave the author's YouTube channel linked down below. But that's going to wrap it up for Windows RG as a real version of Windows. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, definitely be sure to give it a thumbs up, get subscribed, maybe consider becoming a patron or a channel member to get early access to these videos before anybody else. But either way, I just want to thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.